Welcome to this week's episode of Cinema Around the World. I'm Chandler Hoffman and this is my co-host Jamie Woolley. This week we have quite a treat for you. We are taking you around the world to
Germany,
Japan,
England,
Spain.
let's start our trip with Daniel in Germany.
Almania Willkommen in Deutschland is a heartwarming and thought-provoking piece from director Yasmin Samdareli. The film introduces viewers to the lives of Turkish immigrants in Germany who have lived there for 3 generations. Cenk, one of the youngest members of the family, becomes distressed when at school he is rejected by both his Turkish and German peers. Cenk's schoolyard dilemma reflects the conflict shared by his relatives in attempting to balance assimilation into their new country with the heritage of their home country. Much of this story is told from the perspective of Hussein, Cenk's grandfather, who was the first to immigrate to that country. This is done using many humorous flashbacks that characterize a Turkish immigrant's experience upon first arriving in Germany. The resulting product is able to provide interesting insight into the struggle experienced by Turkish immigrants while still being entertaining. Though it may ultimately fail to address many of the more controversial issues surrounding the situation, the film successfully suggests that assimilation while maintaining cultural identity is the best route for successful cooperation between native inhabitants and immigrants of a particular country. I would recommend the film for all adult audiences, but not for children.
Studio Ghibli director Hayao Miyazaki has created a masterpiece with his last directed animated film in The Wind Rises. This movie departs from Miyazaki's previous animated children's films, such as My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, and Spirited Away, and that its audience seems to be geared more towards adults. The Wind Rises is a film that takes place in Japan during World War II, following the life of a young man named Jiro, who has quite literally dreamed of creating beautiful aircrafts ever since he was a little boy. He achieves this dream of working as an aircraft engineer but must face the fact that his planes will be used as weapons of war. Despite this, the film reveals that a person can find joy, fall in love, and continue to live life alongside these hardships. Evident in the film's mantra, "We must live." The animation in this film is breathtaking, especially evident during the earthquake scene where the exaggerated animations truly capture what it feels like to be in an earthquake. While I would recommend this movie to more mature audiences, regardless of your nationality or Latin life, if you enjoy touching, humorous, and heartfelt animated historical dramas, this film is for you.
The reality of film and photography is taken to the next level in Blow Up by questioning if a photographic image can yield factual evidence. Blow Up is a typical Michelangelo Antonioni film with a dash of Alfred Hitchcock's eye for psychological thrill and suspense. The realism of photography is challenged through a thrilling twist that compose the bulk of this film. This makes Blow Up a captivating film that I recommend for any adult who enjoys quirky British pop culture and thrilling plots. The story tells of a London fashion photographer named Thomas who happens to capture a murder on film, but when the photos are destroyed, he begins to question the reality in it all. The film ends entirely open-ended, leaving the audience to decide what is real and their interpretation of Antonioni's most thought-provoking thriller. The suspense ceases and all that's left is the memory of a film you once have seen, and thus you begin to question the reality as well. The images become distorted in your mind and you wonder if Thomas ever really captured a murder on film. This is what makes Michelangelo Antonioni a master of his trade.
If you're looking for a movie that will blow your mind, have you questioning everything you know, and leave you haunted for days, this is the movie for you. Guillermo del Toro has created a masterpiece in Pan's Labyrinth. It's a twisted, dark fantasy that is unlike anything you've ever seen or imagined before. Pan's Labyrinth is a must-see, but be warned it will take you on an emotional roller coaster and a breathtaking journey to places you've only dreamt about in your wildest nightmares. And by the end of it, your heart will be breaking and rejoicing at the same time. The film stars a young girl named Ophelia, who finds herself in between 2 worlds, the harsh reality of her new home in the countryside near Madrid, and an underground fantasy world filled with creepy and mysterious creatures. As the clock ticks, Ophelia races against time and her own self to accomplish a series of difficult and terrifying tasks to inherit her throne as Princess Milana of this new magical realm. On the other hand, she faces her new stepdad, Captain Vidal, a leader in the new fascist and war-torn country, who is both cruel and intimidating and no stranger to violence. Del Toro and his team have combined to create a magical and powerful experience that does not disappoint. I highly recommend this movie for mature audiences.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for Australia, China, and France.
Bye!